Hello everyone, this is Debbie from Ink and Page, and believe it or not, I am here today with the Nature's Neutrals video. Now, we made this journal out of the contents from the kit. It was probably a month ago, right? I messed up my schedule by getting sick, so I have not been able to film videos for this series because I've been prioritizing the free ephemera projects. However, I'm feeling much better these days, so I thought we would jump back into this, and I would like to start by assembling the I have 4 one-page projects in this particular kit, and they are designed kind of as a quick thing that you could do to quickly make some ephemera. If you just had a few minutes, you could print this one page and you can make the library pocket, or you could make this pocket tag. And there's also this little field notebook and some specimen slides as well. I'm going to go over quickly in this video how to make these, and we'll go through and do a little bit of embellishing. I have I did print myself. One copy of this is the washi strip page. I printed this on text weight, copy paper, just like normal everyday paper, so it's thin like washi tape. So if I want to use this to layer, it'll be nice and thin and it won't add too much bulk to my thing. So that's basically what I printed. I also have some fabric and ribbon scraps that I'll be using. There's some mummy cloth in here as well. And then I also have a little scrap bin that also includes, I have print and cut all of the ephemera from the kit, but I'm not planning on really using that much here. This is just my little bin for this particular project. So I have all of that and some glue. So I think we'll just hop in and get started on this. And I'm going to start with the specimen slides page, and that one looks like this. Okay, now you'll notice on here these have windows in them. Like, these are the 2 pre-made slides. These have the windows. You can cut the windows out, or you can just glue these slides on top. You can round the corners if you want, but you don't have to. You just glue them right on top, and you don't even need to worry about cutting anything out. I did go the extra mile because I love to go the extra mile, and I did cut my windows out. Oops, I'm going to move these ones out of the way, I'm sorry, so that we don't get confused on, which project we're working on here. I'm going to put those all aside, and then we'll just lay out what we've got here. So these are my 2 pre-made ones, so these are ready to go. We can just embellish these. These are my 2 interior slides, and then these are my 2 slides that I cut out. Just a quick review in case you're new to cutting stuff out. The way that I cut these particular ones out is by poking a hole in the middle, and then I just take a tinier pair of scissors like this, and then I just cut to each corner. So basically it forms an X, and then you can just stick your scissors underneath, and you can just go in and just cut around the edges. It's pretty simple and quick. It does take a little practice with everything. Your skills just get better the more that you do it. So don't worry about it being perfect. You can always ink over any mistakes that you make, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue these guys together. I have a few different glue options here. So I'm going to decide, I'm going to do contrasting. So I'm going to do this one and this one, and this one and this one. I think what I might do here, since I'm doing it like this, I'm going to go ahead and make a mark on the inside of this so that I know exactly where to glue my little specimen card here. So I'm just going to go in here. You won't see these guys because, you know, oops, this will be glued right over the top here. Okay, perfect. Okay, I just grabbed a little eraser here because of course, I messed up right there and okay, that's gone. Okay, so we're gonna get started here by gluing this into here. I'm just gonna put a little collage medium on the back of this. And then I have my little marks in here, so I'm just gonna kind of try to center these over those. I'm just gonna double check it here before it dries too much, and then we'll go ahead and go around the whole thing and just glue this shut. This collage medium is a little bit more forgiving than, you know, some of the quicker grab glues, so you can kind of check your placement a little bit. We'll do that. Okay, and then we have like a cute little 3D version of this. I'm gonna go ahead and clip this guy down right here. And I think I'm gonna grab another clip, because I also want to clip it over here just to make sure that I get a good seal right there. Okay, let's do the same thing real quick here with this one. And then this little set comes with the little like little labels, so we'll go ahead and add some of those onto here as well. Let's see what we got here. This is not going okay. I'm going to throw some glue down here as well. Okay, and then we'll just put this down, and then we'll clip this one as well, just to kind of make sure that glue sets really well. It's nice because this dries clear and matte, so you won't be able to see it if any like little bit of it squishes out. All right, it looks like I should not be making videos at night because I put the marks on the wrong thing for this one. So just gonna take those off of there really quickly. All right, here we go. All right, so these two I'm gonna set right here just really quickly to go ahead and try, and we will work on these two guys. Now these are like a little bit quicker in terms of like assembly because we don't have to worry about cutting or anything like that. Everything is good to go. I did pre-ink everything that I'm going to use here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just like go through my little scrap bin here. I'm going to put my little things aside and just get like a couple little background pieces so that I have stuff to layer with. If you don't have a little bin like this, that's what the sheet of, that's what this stuff is for. Oops, on this one. And I will use some of these too. Actually, I think I'm going to use this one right here. in addition to, you know, some of the other stuff that's on here. But I'm going to cut myself off a piece of this right here, because I really like this like kind of polka dotty look here. Oh, and then also, you know what we can use is, I have like a couple of rolls of kind of neutral, nature-y colored washi tape. I already have these on my desk because I was using them for the Ephemera for the 3 Wishes folio. So these are kind of handy to have around, these solid colors. They're not as exciting, you know, as the decorator ones, but, you know, it still gives you like really good, it gives you good layering options, especially when you're working with a printable kit like we are, because there's already like a lot of image heavy things on here, so you may not always want to add more chaos to the party with like super, you know, decorated washi tape. Sometimes it is just the thing, right? If you have like a plainer page and you want to like dress it up a little bit. Nice thing is you can just kind of let the images shine through if you're using just a bit of a plainer piece of, you know, like washi. Oops, I gotta stir this guy upside down. This is just a leftover piece from I don't know what. It was in that little bin and I thought it matched pretty well here with what we've got going on. Okay, so I do like, I really, you know what I really love is like those, it's like the thin brown paper that especially comes like in like Amazon packaging and stuff, that like the stuff that they wrap the you know, stuff in so that it doesn't knock around in the box. Like that stuff is great for layering because it's not too thick and it's not too thin. And it's like a great reuse of, you know, something that's already in your house, right? You're not like buying something or bringing something else in. So, all right, so let's get this one on here. I'm going to try not to make these go too long. I know you guys like hearing like process thoughts, you know, in terms of like, okay, why am I putting this here? What am I picking for that? So I'm trying, I always try to like think about that while I'm like making stuff, you know. But realistically, I was thinking about this before I was making the video. A lot of times, like what goes into what I'm making on my desk is what I see, right? So I saw this little container full of scraps, and so those are the scraps that are going to go on here. Like I didn't like make a conscious choice in terms of like trying to find stuff in my craft room before I started that I thought would look good on here. I just was like, okay, what is here on my desk? And I also keep like my top drawer is full of scraps on my desk. So like anytime I'm making, you know, like a project like this one here, when I'm done, I'll just put everything that's left over into the drawer. So any scraps, stuff like that, that are still sitting on this desk, they'll just go right into the drawer. And then I'll have them, you know, for next time. For like, you know, whatever I want to do. One of the things I would love to do is come back through here with a stamp or like a rub-on, but I didn't pull any stamps out for this here. But since this is an ongoing project, we can always come back to that later and add that type of thing into it. Okay, so let's add, I do want to add, let's try some green on the top of this one. I do like to rip these down the middle. So like if you're buying this type of thing, buy them slightly wider than you think you're gonna want, so that you have the flexibility to rip them, so that you don't always have a clean edge. It's not, you know, clean edges are fine, but you don't always want to have a clean edge. You want to vary your edges. So like I have a clean edge on this, so I put a little fuzzy situation down there. And then this just helps it, like, you know, gives it like that more like aged, and like, look, oh, this got ripped out, like not ripped out, but like removed from a book that somebody had already taped it down into, you know. So it's kind of a nice little extra bit of decoration on there. And then it gives what you're making a little bit of individuality as well. So let's put that on there, and I'm going to grab a stapler because I'm going to use a stapler for this one. And let's see, okay, so my next thought for this one is to add a little bit of maybe some text on here. I don't know what this is. This is like a piece of, oh, you know what? I think this is a piece of encyclopedia. I don't always know what it is, but word ephemera is always great. And you can get it from just about anywhere. My favorite is to buy like classic novels that I can then use, because then I know what's in them. You know, I generally pick one that I've read, so that I'm not like putting down weird text, because like if you just buy a random book that you've never read before, sometimes you'll get a crazy supply, like there'll be crazy words, you know, that don't really go with what you want for your project. You just never know what's going to be on there. And something that is totally innocuous can sometimes be a little bit crazy if you see it out of context. So that's why I prefer I like any Jane Austen, like Sense and Sensibility and stuff like that. Those are my favorites. Or I'll pick a favorite book that I love and use that. I did that for Junk Journal January. And then, you know, when you see the text in the actual journal, you kind of get like a little happy memory. All right, so I'm just going to add a little something extra on the top up here, and then I'm going to staple this all on here. I feel like staples and paper clips and stuff like that would really lend itself to like the you know, authenticity of like making something like this. Okay, I'm gonna put this on top. It does seem a little bit nutty to be working with, you know, some of these paper scraps are pretty tiny, but, you know, almost anything can be used. Okay, there we go. All right, like that, and I'll just go ahead and I have some of this, this is some Tim Holtz. This is his like design tape. Like he did a whole bunch of these series of these probably quite a while ago, but they're still pretty easy to get, even though I don't think they're making them anymore. But it's nice to add like a little bit of writing, and you can easily find out like script washi tape almost anywhere. All right, let's see here if I have anything else that I want to add on here. This is left over from a Junk Journal January printable that I did. do like to add like all kinds of random stuff. Okay. All right, I'll do this one. So this, you know, I just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea of how you can use the stuff that you have or stuff from the kit that might, you know, just kind of get you started. Because sometimes I think, I mean, I'm like this. Sometimes I just need something that gets me started, and then I'm off to the races. Getting started is the hardest part. Like, I cleaned my whole desk before I started this video, and I have zero idea why. Like, it's been a mess for probably a week, so. I'm just gonna add another little bit of this up here. And I'll cut that. And I'll try not to be so fussy about the other ones. It'll just be nice that when we go to like put stuff in the actual journal, to have like some, you know, already finished pieces like this just ready to go. And then, you know, we can come back through with a stamp or something and add to these as well. All right, so I'm going to take these off. They're still probably need to dry a little bit more, but we can add to them, and then they can just go back in. All right, let's put like a, let's put this one here. And like, I'm trying to like vary my placement on all of these so that, you know, each one looks a little bit different. But you might want to make them all look the same, so they look like, you know, they all came from the same place. So there's that option, you know, as well. It doesn't always have to be different. And also it really depends on where you're going to use them. I'm going to add a little bit more glue in here because I'm afraid there's not enough. You know, so if you are going to use them in all different parts, then you can probably just assembly line them, you know. There we go. Okay. Let's see, what else should we add to this here? Let's see what I have left here. I also do have some of this washi tape that I ripped off of for the other one. There we go. You know, what about, like, I have some waxed thread right here. Maybe I will add this to this one. Okay, so let's put that aside to be added to that one. I just think the color goes a little bit better with that one. And okay, what should I put anything else on this one? Let me think. I think maybe a little bit of washi tape right here. I really like this color. And you know what? If you have plain washi tape, you can also stamp onto it, which is another bonus for if you have this in your stash. I'm gonna put that there. And I really like, oh, you know what else? There is, I have some of this stuff too. This is like also Tim Holtz. This is possibly my favorite washi tape. Is this? It's called tissue tape, and it's extremely thin, and I just love it. I actually like, I always have my eye on eBay for it because, you know, like a lot of his stuff, it's out of production, like it's retired, I guess, but you can still get it if you keep your eye out for it. I always wonder about how the people on like eBay, where do they find this stuff, you know? But I'm lucky that they do. So I just keep my eye out for it on there. And then I always can have some in my collection. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's see. I'll do another. I think I'm going to do another one of these number ones. I'm going to go on this side for this, and then I'll just pick something to layer underneath it here, and we'll be in business. I need a little bit more ink here. So realistically, we're not really even using very much in terms of like paper, because we're just grabbing these teeny bits of scraps. I'm going to grab some of this green, and then that can tie this into that other one if we want to use them together. That kind of looks like ripped off wallpaper. All right, so I'm going to grab this, stick this down. And this one we'll put on the top there. And this will go right on top of it. Let's see what we can do with this. So I was thinking maybe just wrapping it around here a couple of times. And then we can just secure it on the back. Okay. I'll just do a little tie on this, and then I will just put a dot of glue on the knot, and then I'll clip it so it can dry, and then once it's dry, we can just trim the ends. And I'll just give it that little extra bit. There we go. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, and then what I'm also thinking is maybe later we'll add a little charm or something to the front, because we'll be able to like pin something to that string. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this really tight. And I'll just put a little bit of glue on it so that it doesn't come untied, and then we'll clip it to dry. Hopefully I'm like, is my clip gonna make it? I think it's just gonna make it. Oh, maybe not. Okay, it's just making it. Okay, put that up like this. I'm gonna separate these two so they look, because it looks a little bit better. Okay. All right, so there's those guys. So we'll put these up here. Let them do their thing. All right, let's clean this up. I'm just going to clean this up just a tad bit. And then we'll go on to the next one. Just my little scraps here. Okay, so we are going to do, this one is the library pocket. And so that one looks like this here. Okay. All right, so here's all our pieces. So we've got some circles, little tags, a little journaling spot here, a card, and a label. All right, so let's assemble our library card first. So let's grab this, and I'll just pop this tape off. And then we can put this right on the card. Line that up, and then that guy's in there. And then we just have to kind of figure out here what we want to do for decorating it. So we have this guy to go into the pocket, and this to go into the pocket. So I think what I might do is take this. I'm going to cut this, I think, and use this on the front here like this. So we'll ink the side here so it matches the rest, and then we will use this here like yay, just to like kind of bring a little something extra on there. And then we can use the other piece somewhere else. So that's gonna go on there like that. This one has, we have our little butterfly here too. All right, let's think about that for a second. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we'll use that. And I think we'll grab a little piece of mummy cloth from behind there. This may be too big. I think I might have to cut that down. This to be a little bit closer to. And I'll just stick this on here and do a little impromptu dyeing of the mummy cloth here. Okay, so I just want to have one more thing here, I think. Oh, okay, wait, let's see. Let's do a little bit of tape on here. Clearly a favorite for this project right here. Okay, and then this one here. It's, you know, always like, I think it's easier and just better overall when you are working on something if you just have like a couple of rolls and not like your whole collection, you know what I mean? Because that can get overwhelming. You know, like it gets a lot harder to pick when I have like, you know, 30 different options sitting in front of me versus like 5, you know. I'm gonna try, like, I'm not sure about this idea because it's not, very, like, I don't like the sharp edges, basically. That's what I don't like about it. That might work okay. Especially if I can round that out a little bit better. I did make it a little bit too small, I think. Okay, there's that. All right, so let's glue this down here. We'll start with the mummy cloth. Put a little bit more glue on top of that. And then our little paper circle. And this is the little label that was part of the kit here. And you know what we could do even is add, I think I'm gonna add this one maybe. It's kind of obscuring the whole word though. Could maybe go on top with it. I'm just gonna hold that down for a sec. And then maybe we'll add that to there. And we have this and this to go inside of it. And I'm thinking about, this is the piece that I cut off. I know I shouldn't pick that up, but I think I need a little bit more under there. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna have to put it back down. So I don't have to hold it. I'm just gonna put this paper clip on here. And then I think I can still get this in there as well. I might have to wait for that. Let me talk, like, I was thinking about maybe putting this like up at the top. I think what I'll do here is go ahead and put that on there, and then just trim it so that only part of it's on there. Because I think that makes the back of this look a little bit more interesting. And okay, I just want to take a quick check here on, okay, so let's take this. This already has a little bit of tape detailing on it, which is great. And so we'll just add a little bit more to the top here. Sorry about Pickle. He's having a really good dream. Okay, I got that there. And then I'm just going to add this on to the side here because I have it. All right, let's take these and we're just going to cut around the corner here. Okay. All right, so now we have that this definitely needs something on there. I should have got my stamps out, but I didn't. So let's see what we're gonna do instead. Okay. Not that one. Okay, so we're gonna try this out and see if we can live with it. Wish we might be able to. Okay. We have this here. What we do need for this is like a little tab. I'm gonna see if I have one here. I have like multiple piles of cut ephemera for this kit. I don't think I have the tabs on my desk, so we'll just have to make one. Okay, so I found a piece of craft paper in my drawer here. So I think what we'll do is I'm just gonna cut this down slightly, and then we'll just turn this into a tab by folding this in half, like so. There we go. And then we can put this on the corner here. And okay, so I also have this little piece of, this is like a piece of a library card that I ripped up for something else. Because, you know, that's how it goes around here. I'm just going to put a little ink on there because I didn't want to have like a perfect edge there. And then let me see, I'm just going to check and see if I have a piece of fabric. This might be cool because it's got like this pinked edge on the bottom. Okay, so basically this one is going to go inside this. Like that. And we'll have this here. And then we'll put this whole thing on here. Okay, so I just had to slide that in there. Okay, so then what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and staple this on. Okay. What would be perfect here would be like if I had a little leaf or something to add to it. So we're just going to put a pin in that and hold on to that idea for when we are actually putting stuff in the journal. Okay, so I've got that there. I've got this here. I can put this tag in here just like that. I don't know that I'm going to use this one here. This would have made a good belly band too. I'm just not going to use it right now. I might use it for something else. Okay, so this is my pile, I guess we're saying, of stuff I haven't used from each little set. And I have a little piece of this left over too. Okay, so let's go to our next one before it gets like too late. Okay, so this one is going to be the little field notebook here. It looks like this. Okay, so I got this. I have a piece of lined tea-stained paper to go with this. And my little book. And okay, so I have this, a butterfly. Oh, I have a little bit of text here too. That these two were not in the printable. I just must have gathered, oh, this is not in the printable either. I must have gathered some stuff up because I prepped this probably last month to do this. So I may have been like pre-planning. Okay, so now this pocket will fit at the bottom of this, either side, whichever side you want to do. I think I'm going to do this side. Actually, you know what I think we'll do? Let's do it like a tuck spot, so it's like open on the inside. So we'll do only glue two sides. I'm going to leave the open side be on the inside so that things can't like just fall out of the little book. so we have a little pocket going here. We do have this, okay, so let's see. Oops, I think that went with that stuff. It must have got caught in there. Okay, I'll close that here. Okay, so we want to probably have like do like a little cluster here on the front. Like, yay. I'm going to see if this green goes in here or not. I'm not sure about it. Might. I think I would prefer just a piece of washi tape on here, just to bring in the blue for the butterfly. And then we have this piece here, which is from the washi strips. Okay, so let's ink the edge of this. So basically, I've almost used this entire strip of washi here. This one's from the kit. I think I'm going to put that end up at the top here. Okay, so we'll put that there for sure. Because basically we're making a cover here, because this is, the inside has this, and then the outside is just the double-sided printing of the, you know, what I printed on the back when I printed out the ephemera. So if yours happens to be white, because you didn't print anything on the back, you could either collage the outside of this entirely, or you could paint it. I've had a lot of success with painting it. I love those like chalk paints. They're like this here, this one here. They give you a nice finish and they dry really quick. I usually just like look for them like wherever on sale. A lot of times you can just go to like Home Depot or whatever, and they'll just have them there and you can pick them up. I know that's a weird place to probably get your craft supplies, but I have seen them there on multiple occasions, so I think that's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these guys down. And I can always add to it if I so desire. Okay, get that one down, and I'm going to get this one down. And then I might just add a little bit of extra washi tape to the outside, just to spice it up a little. I'll get this on here. And then we'll do a little bit of business on the inside too. Oh, you know, this is like the perfect little word for here. Okay, so this is a little piece of brown paper that was, I think, from an envelope. Be a little bit shorter. All right, let's go here and here. Perfect. Okay, so the only thing we're going to add to this is a little bit of washi underneath. This one does not have writing on it. It's another Tim Holtz one. It's just got like a little light blue pattern on it. Or is that blue? I'm not sure. It seems blue to me, but I think it could be because of the other stuff that I have down here. That's what it looks like. It's really faint. Okay, so we'll put collect on there. That's perfect for here. I think my butterfly's wing needs a little extra glue because I only glued it in the middle. All right, let me see here. Okay, so we have this still, which, you know, this would make like either a good belly band, maybe a little belly band of this, because, and then, okay, so wait, I have my little mushroom here too. You might be a good candidate for on the front here. Doing the front of this is actually way more fun than I thought, because I thought it was going to be mostly on the inside, but as it turns out, we're mostly doing the front. You never know what's going to happen, even if you try to plan. I'll put this away here. Oh, and I have 2 seals, 1 postmark, 1 seal. Okay, so let's go with a belly band on the inside of this. Decide if we want to do like a I'm just going to edge that in this paper since it's here. If this hadn't already been here, I probably would not have thought to do this. And you know, okay. All right. So let's do... Okay, I'm going to add a little ink to the edge of this, just so it stands out a little bit more. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about I was going to staple it, but I think I'm going to glue it instead. Because I don't think the staple will give me enough of a oops. I just want to make sure I'm getting that right. I don't think the staple will be secure enough. Okay, so this is layered on top of that. I'm going to need 2 clips for this as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run just glue, oops, probably can't see that. I'm just going to put the glue right across the top here and across the bottom. And then we'll clip this on because I want to make sure I get a good solid seal on that. And then if I need to, like, this is slightly longer, so I'll trim that after it dries. Okay, right there. And right there. Okay, let me just onto here. And then I'll probably do another video and come back in and do like some stamping and stuff on these once everything's, you know, had a, that's weird, had a second to dry, or overnight to dry really is what it means. All right, I'm going to put this over here, and then we're going to move on to number, is this number 4 already? Okay, now we're going to move on to this one, which is the pocket tag. Oops. Okay, so we have some small tags here. A feather, label, butterfly, and all of this. Oops, it looks like I did not pre-glue this, or pre-tape this. Okay, just a quick little interlude there so I could put the the tape on here, and I'm going to grab my tweezers, and then we will just take the tape off of it, and then glue this down, or we'll stick this down. All right. That. All right. There we go. And I'm going to fold these back and up, and I'll just pop this right on the bottom here. Okay, so now let's take a quick look here at what we have and maybe what we want to do with it. I really love the idea of the feather going in the pocket. The feather could also go in this one too, actually. I mean, if you want to mix it up a little bit. All right, let me decide on that because we do have plenty of stuff to use, so we could totally do that. Okay, but my general thought, when I was making this was kind of like being able to create something that, like, even if you're having a busy day, right, you could still take the 15 minutes to sit down and do this. And it's just so fun and relaxing, just to get that few minutes. There we go. Just to make something. It just feels nice to make something sometimes. Okay, this is the one from this set, and this is the one from a different set. What do you think about that? I'm trying to think if I should do a staple or glue. What do I do with my scissors? Okay. The other thing I was trying to think of, is just using up some of the other scraps of stuff that I have from the other pieces. This is probably too blue. Oops, that didn't stick down. I'll just use my bone folder on that. I didn't do a super job lining that up, so I'll just trim that off. I'm just going to trim the bottom of this off so it matches with my pocket. And ink that right over. We're in good shape. Okay. All right, so let's decide what we're going to do here. I have a label, which would be nice. We could also do the half label situation if we wanted. I have a stamp. I think the scale's off on that. I think this is definitely better there. We have this left over. I kind of like the idea of the butterfly on here. Kind of just like it sticking up a little bit here. All right, let's do a little bit of tape action down here. I'm really into the washi tape this week. I don't know why, but I've been thinking a lot about like Junk Journal July and what to do for that. You guys want to weigh in the comments. I know that's like crazy, but if that's something that you guys would be interested in doing again, I have a different idea for making a more comprehensive journal during Junk Journal July. And definitely this time around, I'm making a way bigger journal. Because last time I did not make my journal big enough, for sure. All right, what should I put behind that? Okay, this is all I have left of my washi strip, is this little sad little piece. That's probably too green, but that might go over here. So let's let me see what I got here. Oh, we could do, I had that little piece of mummy cloth from before. Let's go ahead and use that. I'm going to put this on the ink pad. I don't know if this is an advisable practice, but it works to get the, I mean, I still get ink on my fingers, but not quite as much. I want to make sure I'm getting my butterfly, the little, you know, bottom wing part. I don't want it to hang below the edge of the tag because I don't want anything to happen to it. The only downer about my ink plan here is it made all the mummy cloth stick together. Much better, much better, much better. Okay. I'm going to try double-sided tape for, oh, that's probably a bad idea. Okay, so we'll get some adhesive down on here. Just going to put that on there. I'm always trying a new method for doing this so that I don't get my fingers involved in the glue and the ink and otherwise you end up with more mummy cloth on your hands than you do on the actual project that you're working on. So make sure I get that butterfly all the way up there. Okay. Stick this little paper clip on here to hold this down while the glue goes, and then we can just go move over to our little card temporarily, work on that. I love this pinked edge. I think I'm going to need to get some pinking shears. Okay, so here's what we're going to do for that is grab another piece of this, because I want this to be a little bit wider so that when I put the fabric over it, it doesn't look weird. Okay, so like normally I would probably take this out and sew across the top here. But because I'm, you know, obviously in the middle of making a video, I'm just going to use the glue. Because my sewing machine is not in my craft room because my daughter sews too, so we keep it out in the main part of the house so that everybody can have access to it. Okay, that's definitely going to need a clip. Could maybe make It might be cute to have like a little like paper clip be part of this. And I'm going to flip this over and just go ahead and add some glue to the back as well, so that I have a little extra adhesive power on here, and I'm not just depending on the front to hold the whole thing on. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think the ship sailed on that idea, so I'm gonna go ahead and still put this on here, and then I'll just slip that under the clip, and then I'll hold that together just for the next couple minutes while the glue has a chance to set on there. I'll push that down. I'm probably going to switch the clip for a paper clip so that it's not doesn't interfere so much in the actual design here. And then once this dries, I'll just take it off. So we have that there. This probably can come off, I think. Yeah, that feels pretty dry. We can put our little stamp in the pocket here as well. You know, it might be, I was thinking maybe I should use scent on here. I don't think it works. I don't know. Okay, so I'm not going to add that on there because I'm not sure that it really complements that very well. Okay, so I do have this tag as well. I think we're going to put this in here along with that. I have a little piece of paper on my hand there. Okay, so let me just pick these guys up. This is what I have left over. I'm going to go ahead and put these to the side. For me, this is not a lot to have left over. I usually have a lot of stuff left over. I'm going to add my feather in here. It definitely needs something else, so we'll have to work on that for later. I'm sure this can come off here. All right, so let's take a quick look at what we did today. We made a bunch of specimen slides here. We got 4 different ones. Here. Those. We have a library pocket with our little card tag. We have our pocket tag with a whole bunch of stuff in here. And our little butterfly on the front. And then we have our little field notes book here. So, not too bad, huh? You know, I think if you broke these projects up, you could just do one a day. You know, it would help it just builds up all your ephemera for your journal. And you're just doing a little tiny bit at a time here. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I would appreciate hearing your thoughts in the comments. I always read them. I don't always have time to respond. I'm very sorry about that. But sometimes I have to choose between, you know, actually, you know, working in Photoshop or doing correspondence. And I'm almost always going to work in Photoshop just because, you know, that's what everybody seems to love in the end. So, okay, so if you enjoyed this, please give the video a like and subscribe, and I will be back soon with another video working on our Nature's Neutrals journal. So I'll see you guys then.